Hey guys, it's Kevin. Today I'm going to show you how to change the printhead on ET-8550. We're going to naturally park the printhead cartridge on the cabin station. By naturally, you can turn it on and it's resting there, or you can turn the printer off. When you do that, the printhead is locked into position. And then we're going to remove this top cover by removing the top two screws. Next, we're going to remove this cover. You can find the indentation there. Use a screwdriver to push in the tab and the cover can be easily removed. On the left side, we're going to remove this cover for better access to the printhead. On the printhead, we're going to remove all the tubes from the printhead. Now we're going to remove the inks from inside the damper. You have three options. One is if you have an adjustment program, also your printhead is not clogged, select your printer ports and do a ink eject. And it will give you all the instructions how to do it. Basically remove the tubes in the parking position and you run this and it's going to run the whisk pump and suck all the ink out. And also you need to hook up your whisk tube to a bottle. If you don't have an adjustment program, you can do a WIC reset. It's a free program. And when you hook it up, I don't have the printer hookup, but when you hook up, you're going to have ink eject function here, or you can just run the ink charge. If you don't have this program or you don't want to use them, and also your printhead is not clogged, find you with ink outlet, which is here. For the software, you just hook up this tube with a bottle and the printer going to draw the ink out. But you can do this manually, just get a syringe. And normally suck 2-3 times and you should have all the ink out. This is if your printhead is not clogged. Most of the time when you change printhead, it's because your printhead is clogged. If it's clogged, there's no way you can suck ink out. Or basically this just remove as much ink as possible so it don't make a big mess. Next, I'm going to show you what you need to do. The genius at Epson designed this slot right above your mainboard. Yeah, clever. Okay, so if I get any ink drop out down on the mainboard, you're in trouble. So this is why I always put a piece of paper towel here. We'll take those tubes out, removing two screws. For the clear tab, we're going to lift up and then bend forward and release the head, then pull the whole thing towards your right so the clear sheet can be removed. To put it back, you do the reverse. You insert from the right and drag it to the left. Okay, once it's locked, you bend this front and bend it down, insert that into the tab in the bottom, and then you insert to the two tabs on the top. 99% of the time you fry your mainboard is you don't put in a Ziploc bag. We're going to remove one screw from the rightmost damper. Alright, get a paper towel ready and fold it to a square that ready you can insert into the damper slot here. You can see that there's a vertical bar. So when you pull that bar towards you, you're going to hear a click. Once you hear the click, you can lift up and remove the damper and the ink is going to flow right away. Insert. Push the towel towards the bottom and make sure it can soak up the ink if there's any outflow. You can see the computer did a pretty good job removing the ink. And then we just do one by one and roll the paper towel over and soak up the ink. Normally the printhead is a little bit tilted. There's more ink going to flow to the back. They leak from the two back screws there. So make sure that your spots are clean and there's no ink dripping out. So it did a pretty good job. They all dry. And now we just take a screwdriver and remove the 4 corner screws and make sure you save those screws in a safe place. Of course, if you lost them, go to bchtechnologies.com and get new ones. There's a double-sided tape here. So you just pull it a little bit, remove the double-sided tape, and lift up. You can see the underneath is totally dry. And usually if you burn it out, those two pins will be not silver. So that means you need to change your FFC cable. Of course, go to bchtechnology.com and search for ET-8550 FFC, and that's going to bring you to a Printhead cable. Install the right side first. I don't know how to describe this. Imagine you're like using the Printhead like this. So you flip them together. So have the silver side towards you, flip like this. Roughly put it in place, and you can see the Printhead cable can be folded 90 degrees. And you fold like this and give a firm push, and you're going to feel it goes in and locked. Make sure it's flat, okay? You install it flush and not screwed. And this side is more important. When you burn the Printhead, you burn from this side. It's same thing, make sure it aligned straight. Okay, align straight. Okay, that's what it is. There you go. And put it in straight. When you install the 4 screws, wiggle the Printhead a little bit, just make sure it's seated flat to the bottom. Alright, let's take a look at the dampers. So if somehow you remove the metal bracket from the damper, here's how to figure out. One side has a film, and the other side doesn't. Have the non-film side towards you, and have the side with a vertical bar towards you. Insert from the vertical bar side first, and once the whole thing lays flat, it can move back and forth like this. The reason it's moving back and forth is you trying to insert the front tab into those slots. Let me give you a better look. So you use the vertical bar to push the front tab into those slots. So we roughly put the damper on it, and now the silver bar is on top of the black tab right here. And we have to have this silver bar go underneath the black tab. Okay, I'm going to show you in slow motion. I'll use a dental hook. Say I drag it backward and push down the damper a little bit. And now it's underneath the black tab. Now the next goal is push this whole thing into the slot. I'll use 2 fingers, press down evenly. Now I push the metal bracket forward. And now put the screw back. Alright, let's watch one more. I think it could be capable to put everything back now. Alright, if you can't figure out, then don't change the Printhead. Okay, you're not built for it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please visit us at bchtechnology.com or locally at Greensboro, North Carolina. Cheers!